at a family gathering last month. I was sitting quietly in the living room when my son suddenly decided to make me the center of attention. He raised his voice and mocked me in front of everyone, pointing out little mistakes from the past and laughing as though they were jokes. But his words cut deep. I felt small, belittled, and humiliated while relatives chuckled awkwardly. I tried to smile and brush it off, but inside I was shaking. I had raised him with love and sacrificed so much for him. Yet here he was treating me like an object of entertainment. My heart hurt more than I could admit, and I wondered how he could do this to his own mother. The room was filled with uncomfortable silence after his outburst, and I thought maybe I should just excuse myself and walk away. But before I could even stand, a small voice broke through the tension. It was my granddaughter, his little girl, who had been sitting beside me the whole time. She looked at her father with innocent eyes and said, "Daddy, why are you being mean to Grandma? She always takes care of me and makes me happy. Don't you love her too?" Her words were simple, yet they struck harder than anything I could have ever said. The entire room froze. My son's face turned pale, and for the first time that evening, he was speechless. The laughter and smirks around the room disappeared, replaced by stunned silence. All eyes were now on him, waiting for his reaction. I could see his lips tremble, as though he wanted to defend himself, but nothing came out. My granddaughter's honesty had held a mirror to his behavior. He looked down at the floor, avoiding everyone's gaze, clearly ashamed of what he had done. My relatives shifted uncomfortably in their seats, and a few even glanced at me with sympathy. My granddaughter, however, stayed right next to me, holding my hand tightly, as if to reassure me that I wasn't alone. That tiny hand gave me strength I didn't know I needed. Finally, my son sighed and muttered, "I'm sorry, Mom." His voice cracked with guilt. The words were quiet, but they carried the weight of regret. He knew he had crossed a line, and he couldn't undo the pain he caused. I didn't reply immediately. Instead, I stroked my granddaughter's hair and smiled at her, grateful that such truth and love could come from someone so young. She had defended me when I couldn't defend myself. Eventually, I told my son, respect is not something I should have to ask for. You owe me more than apologies, you owe me better behavior. My voice was calm, but firm. He nodded, still unable to meet my eyes. The gathering carried on after that, but nothing felt the same. My son was quiet for the rest of the evening, and I noticed how he stayed unusually close to his daughter, perhaps reflecting on her words. That day taught me something powerful. Sometimes the purest truth comes from a child's mouth. My granddaughter, as innocent honesty, not only silenced her father, but also reminded me that love and respect should never be taken for granted.